Focus on security for the moment. On March 10th, many people were feared killed and others injured in fresh attacks by gunmen of Ongwabarde community in Kajuru local government area of Kaduna State. The gunmen were said to have invaded the community in the early hours of Sunday, shooting sporadically at residents. On Tuesday, a Lebanese national, Sagar Ahmed, was kidnapped by gunmen in Kano State. The victim, who was working with Tractor Construction Company, was abducted at Dengi by the zoo roundabout. But yesterday, the police confirmed that his abductors later killed Mr. Sagar Ahmed. On that same day, one person was reportedly killed, also tragically, by thugs in the Bakaro area of Bauchi State. Also, the Nigerian army says troops of Operation Sharon Daji have killed 55 suspected armed bandits during an operation in Shinkafi, Anika, and Zurmi local government areas of Zamfara State. Now, these are very tragic occurrences. And joining us in the studio to deal with all the security challenges as far as his opinion is concerned is Mr. Sheyi Adetayo, a security expert and regional vice president of ASIS International. Thank you for coming on News Across Nigeria.
Thank you and good afternoon.
It's a lot, isn't it? We just summarized a number of the most recent tragedies that have occurred. Lapses in security, banditry, kidnapping. It's a lot to take in, given that it's happened so often and in such a widespread basis around the country. What is your immediate reaction to how this problem has evolved?
I think it is largely expected, considering the fact that we've mobilized all our security assets towards the election. And so we've left so many areas exposed. For security watchers, we expect that we're going to start experiencing escalations in some other areas.
Do you think we've left areas exposed?
Oh, definitely. Because, for example, I was speaking with some officers, and they told me that the officers are just returning back to base just like 2 days ago. So these, are officers that are responsible for certain security functions right here in Lagos State. But they went for security operations in other places. So by and large, there are activities pre-election that because we focused so much on election, prevented us from taking the right action.
But even way before the election, sorry to interrupt you, even way before the elections, we had security concerns. We had
security concerns, but largely centered around, the hype in the election. If you look at 3-4 months ago, everything that is centered around the election. But if you look at the statistics in terms of crimes that we've experienced of recent, there was a reduction before the election. And the few ones that we had was centered around, party politics, campaigns, and the rest. So now moving assets towards, managing the election left so many areas and issues unresolved. And I was trying to mention the issue of Kajuru. Ordinarily, without the election, effort will have been made to actually, reduce the tension in that particular local government. But because the asset that will have been deployed into Kajuru to actually stem the tide were actually deployed around the whole state. When you are having challenges, you can't have challenges in all the state at the same time. So you can concentrate your security assets on that particular area. But because election requires that you cover the whole of the state, so you have to spread what you have to cover. So I think now that the issue of election has actually gone down, I expect more action from Kaduna State government and the security agencies to stem the ugly tide in Kajuru. And like 2 days ago or so, a police station was attacked and the DPO killed, and it's still tied to the election. Because from what I've seen, I saw a signal of recent from the Nigerian police is already circulating, where the IG gave directives to all police formation to actually heighten security and also, gather intelligence on political activity, especially those that are disgruntled about the outcome of the election. Now, we've seen a whole lot of people reacting negatively, believing that probably that they were shortchanged and they were actually going for either those that collected money and didn't pay, or those that collected money and didn't give them, or things like that, or those they believe that they were used by their opponents to actually shortchange them.
Okay, what then is the way forward? The security agencies are obviously doing as much as they can.
I think it has to do largely with our criminal justice system. What happened now is expected, and if we don't actually act now, for all those that are involved with political violence now, if they are not actually made to face the law, we are going to have the same thing happen by the next election. This is happening because the last election, those that carried out security actions against security were not actually made to face the law.
Thank you so much for your expertise on this issue.